Simpson. And Japan have gone absent without leave. This is Whitmore. Hall and Gale both available. It's still Whitmore. It is the Reggae Boys who take the lead.
Ballchat. Greetings, football lovers. Welcome to Ballchat podcast. Boy, we just saw a ridiculous goal by one Mr. Jude Bellingham. The youth, we can't stop the youth blessing. Welcome to Ballchat podcast. Real Madrid 3, Barca 2. My name is Benton. Junior, Wagwan family, how you stay?
Well, I'm good enough. Hopefully, you guys don't go hear me coughing that much, but I'm fighting the allergies. Fighting the allergies are cold or something, but I'm here. Ready up.
Well, big up to you for showing up to work. Under the weather. So big up to you, family, because you don't know, you're roughing it out. You're toughing it out. Don't know like a true soldier. I'm not drop word for come on still, but come on, big up yourself. Come on is away this week. Refereeing games.
You're dropping word on Marcus Rashford though.
Marcus Rashford was present at work today.
In body, but not in mind.
El Clásico going on. You want to take a look at El Clásico, wrapping up the last few minutes of El Clásico before we get to the meat of the show. Junior, a lot is going on in this game. 3-2 Real Madrid over Barcelona. Why? We can dissect and talk about the issues around the goal line technology thing later on. But it seems like Real Madrid is on the verge of winning this one, family.
Yeah, and the goal line technology is going to be the big talk because I found out, I found a couple things today I never know didn't go the way I thought it was. And one of them is the goal line technology in Spain doesn't exist. Where simple, a referees watch buzz if the ball go across the line, and it doesn't exist in La Liga. That's news to me.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Bein Sports had some discussion. Bein Sports had some discussion on it. It's all over. 3-2 for Real Madrid. Congrats to Los Blancos, the Royal Whites. Yo, Football Club Barcelona, I just saw you go. And I've got to just fix up on yourself. Carlo Ancelotti having a good conversation with Xavi Hernandez, showing a lot of respect. Wonderful week for Real Madrid, Junior.
You might tell him good riddance. That's what I'm telling him. Hey, I know the last Clásico, good riddance.
But overall, wonderful week for Real Madrid. We'll talk about Champions League later on in the show, but with the level of injuries, and the starting 11 that he put out was a gang of midfielders all over the place, but somehow they were able to secure this victory, family.
Yeah, it's Real Madrid's time now, right? And it's almost cyclical. I think we're entering into a period where Barca and Real Madrid are going to be strong. It depends on the next Barca coach and the levers that can be pulled. But I think Barca is entering a period where they're going to get stronger and they are really going to compete with Real Madrid. I really do feel that.
All right, see there. We'll dive into this later on in the show. All right, to regular scheduled programming. What a week that it was in the world of football, family. Big up to all the listeners. Big up to all the new subscribers. AKA, thank you for subscribing. Salute as always. Big up on yourself. Welcome to the Ballchat family. We do this every Sunday, 5 Eastern time during club football from, August all the way till end of May or in June. There about 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A week that was. We recap some of the major news in the world of football. At the top of the show, we have ballers and bugs. We like to highlight the impressive players of the week as ballers. Then we have this unimpressive, we discuss a few of them as bugs. Then today's show, we're going to recap FA Cup semi-final matches, take a look at drama at Wembley, El Clásico just concluded. Real Madrid, of course, victorious in that one. And the saga and the drama and the cascas around goal line technology or lack thereof. Bayer Leverkusen, great escape again, Junior. These boys, these people, boy, them up here strong like Jaja. And we'll have CONCACAF football news, Jamaican football news. Bunny Shaw, impressive numbers for the one Bunny Shaw. She continues to set records in English football. Leon Bailey with another goal, Jamaican football report. Jamaican Premier League playoff games is up on us. We'll take a look on that schedule. But Ballers and Bugs, family, we kick it off. Junior, who you have Ballers of the week?
You know, I think we had a great quarterfinals in Champions League and also in the Europe Cup, to be honest. But in the Champions League, I think all teams came out gunning. All teams came out to play some ball. I can't really pinpoint any one player from any game, to be honest. You guys might have somebody different in mind. But in my opinion, I think everybody did well. And I think one of the most impressive things is look at all the teams that played midweek and look at their results this weekend. I think that's the most impressive thing to me. Liverpool came out and beat Fulham after their disappointment midweek. Arsenal came out and won after their disappointment midweek. Man City came out and won in the semi-finals against Chelsea after their disappointment midweek as well. Real Madrid and Barcelona. Real Madrid was successful after 120 minutes and penalties, and come back and play Barcelona and beat them right now. Barcelona, after a heartbreak, come back and win. It is all good football. Hats off to the footballers. Pep said that Man City should have never been playing right now. But Pep, you and everybody else that played Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday shouldn't be playing right now. And all you guys had good results. PSG beat Lyon. So I give all of them ballers of the week. All of them. All the teams that played midweek for giving us entertainment in the midweek and then following it up and taking care of business in their respective home leagues.
All right, Ballers and Bugs, send them on, family. If you have Ballers, send them on, of course. So basically, based on the synopsis of here, though, my synopsis or my takeaway is that you just highlight the teams.
Yeah. I don't think there's any one player that stood out for me in my eyes.
Okay.
All the teams did well. Now we're going to talk about crowds. We're going to talk about some player reactions when we talk about bugs. But overall, though, I think it was a great week of football, to be honest.
Yeah, excellent week of football. All right, since you know I highlight people, I will take it upon myself to give us a couple shout out to Ballers of the week. I don't know, we want to single out people when they do well. We want to definitely give them the rose or whatever the rose is. Jess Carter of Chelsea Ladies. Chelsea Ladies went to Football Club Barcelona and ended that. Wait, Junior, when was the last time they lost a game? Was it 8 years?
Yeah, a generation ago.
It's like a whole heap of pitney bond between the last time Football Club Barcelona Ladies lost a game at home, lose a game at home. So Jess Carter and Chelsea Ladies, you want to get a ball off the week from it. Jess Carter was outstanding. She's putting life and limb on the line to get Emma Hayes the Big Ears trophy. So big up yourself. Who knows? A victory in the first leg doesn't necessarily will translate to a victory in the tie. Second leg is later on this month. But big up the ball of the week to Jess Carter and Chelsea. Ball of the week. And Junior, we always acknowledge this player. And, you know, Europe really kind of see her, is really recognizing her game now. But Michel Dorme, the Haitian baller. I mean, next level baller, generational talent, next level baller. If there's somewhere she's not getting her bag of money right now. Then we need to find a way to get her to the right club. She's not a club, one of the big name clubs, but ultimately she needs to make as much money right now because she's one of those next generational talent in this space along with Linda Casado. Exceptional goal yesterday again. You give her anything around the 18-yard box, Michelle Domé will score as Leon defeated PSG. Massive comeback for Leon. And of course, that's the first leg. You know what? I'm going to give ball of the week to Ousmane Dembele. And I really was reluctant to give him ball of the week in the first leg but because they lost the game, but he was outstanding in the first leg in spite of defeat. But in victory, Kylian Mbappe may get the limelight. Kylian Mbappe scored 2 goals, one of them a penalty. We don't know this youth. Kylian Mbappe is surgical and clinical in front of the goal. But what I've seen and what I saw this week from Ousmane Dembele is growth. A player who has improved. Maybe it's Lucho Enriquez that's making him better. But the youth scored a good goal, excellent goal, and he was very, very instrumental in helping PSG overcome Football Club Barcelona. At Barcelona, when Barcelona fans were jeering him every chance they get. So ball of the week to the youth. Big up yourself, Ousmane Dembele. Those are my ballers. Big up to the family. Dalton says, men's Ballchat, ballers, PSG, Coventry. Even in a losing effort, Leverkusen, who just refused to lose. BM, big up yourself. Ball of the week is Bayer Leverkusen, the team that refuses to lose. Looks like they will win the treble. Of course, Leverkusen in the Pokal final, which is a version of the German knockout competition.
Yeah.
And they also in the semi-final of the Europa League. So, Junior, decide this. We don't want to jinx them yet, but what if you are a betting man? What you looking at in the numbers regarding putting up? Would you put the money on Bayer Leverkusen winning the treble?
Well, we already know them win one piece of the treble.
We know they won already.
And they should win the cup, the League Cup.
Yeah. And they will play Roma in the final.
But I'm going to sound like a hater. But I'm going to sound like a hater what I say, right? But we've seen this story before. And it feels good to say, Bayer Leverkusen creates their own luck, and they refuse to lose, and blah 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 blah. But at some point, you have to start questioning, why are you constantly in this position? And to answer your question, they are the sexy pick to win the next 2 trophies, right? Xavi Alonso, the name Xavi, and it's a sexy pick. I would say they are odds-on favorite. But caution to the wise. Red flag should be going up at Leverkusen because we can't keep being in this position. And we all know they already won the Bundesliga, but they are this close. Every game or most games, they are this close to being back in the pack. And next year, that difference might come back and bite them. So the odds are favorite to win the treble. They're the sexy pick, but I have a cautious flag when I look at that team.
Okay. I want to give a ball of the week to BM. BM last weekend, I think, when we spoke about Portsmouth, and I think you said where Portsmouth they're right now. And BM pointed out that they're in the championship, or in League 2 or somewhere around there, or League 1. And we're on the verge of promotion, or should be getting promoted. And they got promoted to the next league. So BM calling and clarify, pick up yourself, ball of the week to BM. They got promoted to the next level. I think they will win the championship next season. So ball of the week to BM. All right, unimpressive players of the week, family. Bugs of the week.
I never know that in La Liga they didn't have goal line technology. What the hell is going on in La Liga? No, I don't care. I don't have a dog in the fight with Barca versus Real Madrid. That was clearly a goal. The ball was clearly across the line. Not clearly, but using common sense. But VAR cannot use common sense. VAR have to have 100% proof. Just get the goal line technology. Like, come on. Like, why we don't have goal line technology in La Liga? La Liga get bug of the week for that. Another bug. I said it last week. Walking into the stadium at the Etihad, Real Madrid will not be intimidated. And so said, so done. So I'm giving the bug of the week to the Manchester City fans. We saw what intimidating environments can be like over the week. We saw what happened in Germany when Atletico Madrid went and played against Dortmund. And Real Madrid and Manchester City, the fans them are not living up to the quality that the team is putting out. So I'm putting it on the Manchester City fans. Another bug. Anybody who is thinking about trolling me or a real Manchester United fan just because Coventry almost beat them, you get bug of the week too, because no way you can look at that game and say, oh my God, I'm so surprised that Coventry almost came back and won the game. No way, no how you can look at that game and say that. I hate that.
Wait. You put out preemptive bug?
Yeah. No way somebody can look and say, I was surprised Man U gave up a 3-0 lead. No way. None.
But football family Junior is putting out preemptive bug for anyone who come at him for that, about the victory for Manchester United. What do you mean? Stand your ground and defend your team, yeah? So up to you.
There's nothing to defend. I'm actually agreeing with the haters. I'm agreeing with the people that will have something negative to say, but you cannot spin it like it was, oh my God, I'm so surprised. No, okay. You can't spin it that way.
All right. BM says, yeah, Junior, you sound like a hater. Big up Leverkusen.
Fine. That's all right, because we saw Claudio Ranieri take a team in Leicester, and Leicester had a great year. And people were saying, oh, will Jamie Vardy repeat the feat next year? And it never happened. And it cost Ranieri his job. All I'm saying is, when you look at what's happening at Leverkusen, we are going to celebrate the come from behinds, the late goals, but you have to question, why are we constantly in this position? That's all I'm saying.
I'm just playing devil's advocate here, or just being curious. Ballchat, a few weeks ago we discussed Liverpool coming from behind from 29 points, recovered 29 points from losing position.
Right.
I secured 29 points from losing positions. And you and Cameron both labeled Liverpool as resilient, grit.
Mm-hmm.
How is this different from Leverkusen?
It is not different. It's not different.
So Leverkusen is resilient and grit.
Of course, that team have 100% resiliency. I will never doubt that. I'm not questioning that. Okay. However, when we talk about Liverpool, you, Benton, talk about Trent Arnold and his inefficiency on the right back.
Yeah.
You, Benton, talk about Endo going missing in games.
Yep.
You, Benton, talk about Salah belly no full. You, Benton,
Ramadan starting flat.
Right. You, Benton, talk about Darwin Núñez and try to explain away the misses. We don't have those
14 goals and 10 assists last time the stats I look at.
We don't have those questions about Leverkusen. And I'm telling you right now, we need to have those questions about Leverkusen. So Liverpool has resiliency in spite of. I will can run down the list.
Okay.
Leverkusen has resiliency. Why? That question needs to be answered, and that's the work Xavi have to do over the summer. He needs to fix that because luck will run out.
All right, we'll get more into that. I was looking at my comment here by my bug of the week. Ballers and bug segment, family. Sorry for seeing distracted. Rodri for Manchester City, and I know the emotions after a defeat is raw, and sometimes people don't like losing, of course, and not many people lose with grace. But I will say to Man City fans and Man City players, really did think saying going to beat Real Madrid again after they defeated them last year? I think Man City fans and Man City players, Rodri, yes, you probably expect that, as a player, you think that, yeah, man, we have arrived. But you are still Man City relative to Real Madrid. This is football royalty. After the game, Rodri said, quote, "Today I've only seen one team." What do you mean one team? I've only seen one team. In terms of defending, they defended and knew how to suffer. We know how tough Real Madrid are, but in my opinion, we should have gone through in terms of chances and everything. Rodri, shut up. Shut up. Football is not about chances. Football is about scoring your chances. We talk about you only see one team. Man, this is the... Yeah, brother, just come off of the people in post-match interview, but today I've only seen one team. Yo, you got eliminated by the standard bearer in this business, the Royal Whites, Los Blancos. I want them look at you. I want them look how they come up in here. But they've only seen one team. Real Madrid has won 14 Big Ears trophies. 14. But they lead this pack by a country mile. And you come talk about I've only seen. Yo, Rodri, go sit down. Bug of the week for Rodri. Yo, I'm not going to give this youth bug. I'm just going to defer to Camon's bug. I make Camon give him the bug. Camon want to highlight her bug of the week. Nicholas Jackson. Junior. Nicholas Jackson is Camon's bug of the week, family. And I don't want to kick him on while he's done. But we have to go talk about Nicholas Jackson. We cannot go around this. Junior, Nicholas Jackson is gun shy. And you can't have a striker who gun shy. So come on, use other colorful words, but we're not going to say it. So Nicholas Jackson is her bug of the week. All right, let's run to Clásico before we get to FA Cup roundup and get your thoughts on the El Clásico. One of the biggest show in all of football, greatest, what them call it, greatest show on turf or whatever. I don't know if this lived up to the hype, but Junior, the big victory for Real Madrid, of course, a 3-2. Barca needed this victory to try at least close the tie, but unfortunately it never happened. Your thoughts on the football game overall?
Echo makes current shirt.
I think it was a good game. In when you look at the production of both teams, right? And when you look at where both teams are, even though Barca and Real Madrid were in the same part of the Champions League competition, arguably Real Madrid should be head and shoulders above Barca, right? And I know a Barca fan was to prove it because Barca had a great year last year, blah, 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 right? And that's fair. It's a fair statement. Now, the biggest thing that came out of this game to me, though, was Gundogan, and Arojo. What happened midweek, and then for both players to come back this and play again today, I think says a lot about Barcelona's locker room. Real Madrid is just a better side right now. Nobody should be surprised that Real Madrid beat Barcelona. Barcelona played the game like they know they're playing against a rival, and they played out their minds. They gave a good effort. I still maintain that a goal was robbed by Barcelona. That goal should have counted. Cancelo, I don't want to hear nobody talk about Pep not treat Cancelo right, because Cancelo is a bug. Cancelo is a high-priced. I don't want to disrespect the baller. We're Jamaicans and
yeah, he is.
Right. So you know who I'm talking about.
He's a high-priced Judas.
He's a high-priced that guy. Without a call the name, but he's a high-priced that guy, right? And it showed. It showed when my boy go around him. Oh, Lucas Vasquez go around him. Or Valverde. I think it was Valverde. Go around him and won the penalty. It left him in the cleaners, right? So the next Barca coach has some work to do, but I think Barca is not that far off, but they have to make the right decisions, and they can't miss. Because I think the game was rightfully 3-2. If Barca had gotten that goal, I think Real Madrid would have still came back and won the game 3-2. I really do think so. So I think the score is right. I think the distance between both teams is not that great, but Barca cannot miss on their next upcoming decisions that they're making. They can't miss.
Yeah, what is it now? About 11 points between these two teams. I mean, I did not expect Football Club Barcelona to win this football game. I mean, even though, Real Madrid may have issues on their in terms of injuries and stuff like that, Barcelona try find a way, and this is where things are. By the way, big up to Frankie Dion, speedy recovery to you, youth. He picked up another knock. Basically, bottom line, you have some more of a dead weight of Barcelona right now.
Yeah.
That need to get shake off. And you have some high-priced ballers when need to do road. And ultimately, you can't carry these ballers continuously. I think Rafinha has improved tremendously. Christiansen, I mean, we don't need no defender for you play midfield. Good. Thank you. We're going on road. So, Ferran Torres, Joao Felix, thank you. But, in fact, the thing about it, Joao Felix, I really advocate heavily to make Barcelona his home. Football Club Barcelona his home. His comments... And I think he does not align very well with what's going on at Atletico Madrid. It's not a good place as long as Cholo is running the system that he's running. But in the same vein, though, Joao Felix did not really pull up no roots, pull up no trees this week, whether in Champions League or whether in El Clásico, the minutes he got. He never stood out. So why should Football Club Barcelona really make a commitment to this brother? And just tell him, say, you're going back, head back home to Atletico Madrid and enjoy yourself, family. And
I don't think Joao Felix have a position on a football field in today's football. Joao Felix have the same problem that Coutinho have.
But footballers adapt, though. General adapt. And you see bits and pieces of his skills in games. You watch him and you say, boy, yo, this dude is a general. But then you turn around and the next 2 seconds into foolishness. And he's not one who's committed to working on both sides of the ball. We understand that at the end of the day, you do foolishness. People do foolishness in a ball game. But it's what you do once the foolishness occurs. So And maybe another manager, maybe a better manager than Xavi can get something more out of this squad. I don't know.
But that's a tall ask though, because it's not like Xavi failed. I don't think Xavi failed as a Barca coach. I think you just have a too big of a standard that is in front of you. Can't remember, earlier, a couple months ago, we were talking about Girona, right?
Yeah.
And look at how Barca and Real Madrid just press gas. Girona is such an afterthought now. We don't even remember the season they had.
Well, they qualify for Euro, for Champions League, finishing in third position.
Yeah, but based on the
currently sitting in third, yeah.
Yeah, but based on the start of the season, qualified for Champions League should have been a far gone conclusion, right?
That's a monumental achievement for this is like for Verona qualify for European football, and we're not sure if them going up in Champions League. But it's almost akin to Southampton qualify for Euro from Premier League, because Southampton is a regular bug side, as a mid-table side. Verona is a regular average team at best, and they started out hot like fire,
right?
And now the pack has caught up to them, and they're able to weather the storm, and still, because look at Spurs in the English Premier League. Remember, Spurs started out the hot like fire with a similar sort of venom, right? In the EPL, because Spurs led the EPL for quite a while.
Right.
And Spurs, where's Spurs now? We look down that table.
We know them, they're above Man U, so. But
whereas Verona in La Liga is able to keep it together and still at least seems to be secure in the spot. In fact, they're 7 points ahead of Atletico Madrid now.
But still, though, what I'm saying is that this speaks to the work Xavi has done this year.
Okay.
Because based on the start, I never expect Barca, with all the dead weight that you chronicle, with all the player issues that they have. Because when Barca become Barca again, Rafinha is coming off the bench. He's not starting on a real Barcelona. When Barca is ready to really compete with Real Madrid, Rafinha is going to be the first name off the bench and then come and change the pace.
Yeah.
Right? And I think they're that is how close they are, but so far away.
Yeah. Jude Bellingham Jr., we can't speak highly enough of this youth, but we know how you have been impressed. You've been singing his praises from Wapikib Phillip from long time ago.
Yep.
I mean, what we saw the control in the Champions League to create that goal. Are teams giving Jude Bellingham too much space?
No. I mean, the man, all right.
All right. So to delve down a little bit more on that question. Back when Gattuso played midfield, and your general from Juventus playing AC Milan, for example, your general is X for Juventus.
You know you call the right team name, but go ahead.
Your general for Juventus is X.
Uh-huh.
There's no way Gattuso is letting X out of his sight during that football game when they meet.
All right.
How is Jude Bellingham afforded the space and the ability the space to do what he does? Our teams just don't have the personality, the personnel to shut him down.
Forget about General X.
Yeah.
The general that I always cautiously draw parallels for Bellingham is Zinedine Zidane. Gattuso is not running up to Zinedine Zidane. You're not. You jockey him. You give him the respect that he deserves, because you know if you run up under him or if you try to put a lick on him, he will go elbow you under your clock and you go sit on one place, right? Bellingham is afforded the luxury of confidence at Real Madrid. I think that is the big takeaway. And it is not a coincidence that the coach that had Kaka when Kaka was Kaka is the one that is affording Bellingham the confidence to play the way he plays. Because Bellingham is almost mirror image to Kaka going forward. Almost mirror image. Now, what Bellingham offered that Kaka didn't offer is the ability to play back through box to box and play defense. But going forward, he's affording the confidence of the coach and the team. I think that's a big difference. Now, if I answer your question, again, Bellingham is the type of baller that if you run up to him, he has no problem kicking the ball 10 yards away from you. You are not beating him in that foot race. You're not. And he has good first touch, and the team is built around him. And again, it's not coincidence that Carlo Ancelotti, who had Kaka, with Pirlo, with Gattuso, it's not coincidence that Real Madrid looks very similar. You hear Rodri cuss off Real Madrid for not playing football this week gone. Isn't that the same thing people would say about AC Milan back then? Yo, you have Kaka, you have Seedorf, you have Inzaghi, you have my boy from Poland, the striker, Shevchenko. I don't think
from Ukraine.
Yeah, you have Shevchenko, you have Seedorf, you have Pirlo, blah blah blah. But you only win one, love. And Carl look at you and say, yeah, because I have Dida, I have Maldini. I have the next Italian defender. They have Cafu. So come score power if you want to score power. Me have no problem giving you 120 minutes of just good defensive football. That's what Real Madrid is. I rate Bellingham. I am the one that was singing his praises. Let's see what Bellingham is when you plug in a Mbappe. Let's see what Bellingham is when the space that Bellingham likes to run into, Mbappe is there. Hendrick is there. It can go one or two ways. Bellingham can become even better, or he can start struggling.
Or he can stay the same.
If him stay the same, no, let's not stay the same. The team get better. If you stay the same, you're going to look better. So there's no stay the same. I don't think there's no stay the same.
Okay. 21 goals and 10 assists in his first season as a Real Madrid player. But, I mean, like you said, time will tell. The youth is very impressive. Very impressive. So we're not take nothing away from his play. Junior, you spoke about goal line technology. This is the big call. Junior, based on my eyes, it looked like this ball over the line, brother.
It did.
According to Bean Sports, it said that Bean Sports claimed that Javier Tebas, the La Liga president, said that a goal line technology was too expensive. And so this is the reason for La Liga not having the technology and ended the carrying or the implementation of the technology last year, according to Bean Sports. Junior, top 5 league in Europe, and the only top 5 league in Europe without this technology.
Yeah, something is wrong with that. But let me tell you what the takeaway is. The big takeaway is when Barca are paying money to the referees, are paying money to the federation.
Allegedly.
And allegedly mental. When Barca is spending money to the federation and to the referees, let them pay it because they can have goal line technology. That's the end all be all. Because you talk about Girona and say Girona is like Southampton and blah, 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 blah. But when you compare Tottenham, I said it's just like Tottenham. But look how far Tottenham fall behind because you have multiple standard bearers. In Spain, you only have 2 standard bearers. That means that the money that coming into England from the top 4, top 5, top 6, you only have 2 in Spain. Maybe there is something towards allowing a little brown paper bag special.
Allegedly.
I'm just saying.
Allegedly. Now with VAR, could you? I mean, I know the ideal view is from the bird's eye view, but Junior, you could put on your eagle eye and tell me if this goal score.
If I was a Barca fan, I would say goal score. If I was a Real Madrid fan, I would say the goal didn't score. And that means that VAR cannot rule it as a goal. It's clear and obvious, right? Our common sense tells us that the ball crossed the line, but you need more than common sense. You need irrefutable evidence, right? It's obvious. There was a part where the goalkeeper's hands were clearly in the goal.
Yeah, so his hands are in the goal, and we're looking at goalkeeper Luna. Yeah.
His hands were in the goal, but it go like this. So it's obvious. It's obvious the ball crossed the line. It's obvious the whole ball crossed the line. But you don't have irrefutable evidence.
So we can't work with common sense no more.
No, that's why VAR was implemented. That's the reason why VAR is implemented to remove the need for common sense.
Yeah, and VAR in this concept. I mean, ideally, goal line technology, of course, is the gold standard here. But
tell that to Lampard. Tell that to Lampard at England.
Because this look away, it rough. But congrats to Real Madrid. Sorry, Barcelona faithfuls. So you go. All right, let's continue our football roundup and step over to the FA Cup games.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
And let's start off with second FA Cup. All right, you know what? Junior, FA Cup 2, Manchester United defeated Coventry on PKs 4-2. Junior, I mean, a job Ten Hag said he was asked, was this embarrassing? By the press, the English press asked him if this was an embarrassing victory to know that you led 3-0 and you won on PKs. Ten Hag said what? Embarrassment what? Quote, it's not an embarrassment, it's an achievement. End quote. He says, we saw the errors, but overall, this is an achievement. Junior talked to me about this result, and I was watching this football game. I saw the score 3-0 and thought this was over. What happened here?
I mean, you see, we can dissect and cut and go through, and if this was a Manchester United show, I could sit down and talk 3 hours about this game. No, I can talk 3 hours about 20 minutes in this game, right?
Sorry, Junior. Dalton says, so weird, didn't respect Bugs of the Week. Sorry, Dalton, I didn't see your Bugs of the Week. Bugs, VAR in the Everton Forest game and S United. Sorry, Junior.
So, like Dalton says, Doodle United, right?
And it's not Sheffield United.
But they need a shovel for Chef the side of the field. I want to keep it real simple. Manchester United is up 3-0, right? You are the coach, Benton. Every team have a game coming midweek, right? Every side of a midweek game. You are up 3-0. And you are thinking, let me rest some of my key players, right? Right? That's general consensus, right? You have a midweek game coming up. I'm going to rest some of my key players.
Okay,
Do you
enough.
agree?
Yeah, fair enough.
You agree with that, right?
Fair enough.
There are 2 big things that happen in this game. When Ten Hag look on the field and say, I am going to rest my big players. Who are the players that he pulled?
He pulled Garnacho and Meno.
The 2 youngest players on the team. That's problem number one with Manchester United. And who did he put on? Christian Eriksen, who is a seasoned international footballer. Anthony, who is paid, I guess, 100 million, but we know is really escalated.
He's a seasoned international footballer.
Well, he got international play for Brazil. He's getting more games for Brazil than Garnacho get for Argentina. Can we agree on that?
Yeah, Argentina got World Cup win inside.
Well, it don't matter. Eriksen get more games in Denmark than Menu get for England. Can we agree on that?
Yes, those are factual statements.
So I am going to take out my two youngest ballers who I am now resting for a midweek game. That's problem number one in Manchester United. Problem number two, I put out players who should be theoretically more equipped for play a football game than the two I just took off. And Manchester United went from a Premier League team that is beating a championship team to a team that is lesser than a championship team in 20 minutes. In 20 minutes, Man U went from a Premier League team that is thinking about playing against probably the best team in Europe to a team that cannot beat a championship team. Not only that, they went to a team that get run off of the field by a championship team. All because they took off their two youngest footballers. That's a problem. Enough people want to get rid of Ten Hag. Me say fine. But before you get rid of Ten Hag, you have to get rid of a lot of these idiots from the team. Because there is a problem there. That spoke volumes to me today. You actually became a more matured football team and became worse in 20 minutes than what you did in 70 minutes. It have nothing to do with Coventry. No disrespect to Coventry, but Coventry would never, you guys weren't in that game. Ten Hag let them back in the game by making those two substitutions. I want to take it and run.
So
but the mere fact, 20 minutes.
Wouldn't Ten Hag know his people by now in terms of the substitutions he made? You spoke about the two experienced players that he put on and how the game went sideways.
Right.
But wouldn't Ten Hag, 18, how long Ten Hag now working on? 2 years?
Yeah, in 2 years. 2 years today he was hired.
2 years today to be exact.
Yeah.
Wouldn't Ten Hag know that these players that he's putting on is going to leave them a little bit more vulnerable?
But yes. And I think he knew that. I think Ten Hag knew that overall my team is weaker. Obviously, because you put it on two youth to never start, right? But the question you have to ask yourself is, are we 3 goals weaker to Coventry? And it really should have been 4 goals. Wan-Bissaka just locked him. He was tired enough to not step a little bit bigger.
Yeah, big up to Hadji Wright. Hadji Wright had a very good game. Hadji Wright, big up yourself, youth.
But it is and this is no knock against Eriksen and Antonino. They are who they are. This is a knock against Rashford and Bruno. Because right now, Garnacho and Menu are irreplaceable. Rashford and Bruno don't know worth the salt will come out on the body under the sweat. Rashford is a bug. Bruno, he will score, he will create chances, he will hit the bar. But it's a Bruno do some foolishness to the on the field. So again, big up Coventry. I don't think is anything for Ono. I think it's more speaking for Manchester United inability when they take off the 2 youngest players on them team. That's a problem.
So, all right, playing devil's advocate again. Don't forget about devil's advocate. You highlighted that these two players, Ericsson, according to you, and Anthony, are who they are. And now,
Right.
yeah, Ericsson, his career is pretty long, right? So he's at the tail end of his career. So one would expect him to be like, yo, at the other side of the hill. We don't expect much from Ericsson at this stage. At least I don't. But Anthony is still supposed to be going up that hill, hitting that peak. I mean, how is that drop off so bad when he is entering the football game?
What drop off?
What is Anthony, Rashford, and these players missing so badly for Man City or Manchester United when they enter the field? What are they not doing enough of?
Well, it's two different questions. Okay? It's a Rashford.
All right,
Rashford
so
is not.
Rashford, for example, what does Rashford means to do and is not doing on the field when he's recently, at least, based on where
Rashford is not committed to playing for Manchester United. It's obvious.
So he's not putting his heart into it.
No, he's not. He's
Now,
not.
according to his interview in the Player Tribune recently, he did tell him to say, if we go to whatever, if in a doubt his commitment to Manchester United.
Okay. Well, show us that you're committed. And if you think what you do today is showing that you're committed, then, brother, fine, you might be committed because in your mind you're committed, right? But you're not good enough. If that is what you call commitment, you're not good enough. You're not good enough to be the highest paid player at Manchester United. Anthony, I don't know. I don't know because Anthony had such a good start. Anthony showed flashes of what he can be, but I don't know if it's lack of focus. I don't know if it's just too high of an expectation. We've seen my boy leave Crystal Palace and come Manchester United and stink it up and go back to Crystal Palace and became a baller again. Sometimes the environment is just too big for you. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But these players need to come to grips with reality. Yes, I am big and fat, and I am not in any position to talk about another player because I can't play better than him. That is true. But when I sit down and watch Vinicius Jr. play against Real Madrid, and they come back and play against Barcelona today. When I see Rodrigo doing that, I'd forget about them. When I look at the 16-year-old at Barcelona and what he did.
He played against Man City, not Real Madrid. He played against...
Yeah, he played against Man City. Thursday,
and
Wednesday.
come back and play against Barcelona. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking at Manchester United weekly figures here to see what the highest paid.
Exactly, but you're going to be shocked because Rashford is the highest paid player. And Vin
Not according to Spot Track.
So who is the highest paid player at Man U?
Is Carlos Casemiro at £350,000 a week?
Well, yeah, Casemiro did take over. Yes.
And
But Rashford
Rafael Varane at £340,000 a week. And then Marcus Rashford at £300,000 a week. Pounds a week. A week.
And Rashford
and then
is
Anthony Marshall at 250. Wait, base amount £250,000 a week.
Hold on. So you say Casemiro, Varane, Rashford, Marshall,
Yes.
Mount. That's your top 5 earners. How many of them played today? 2.
Yeah.
And based on
it's only Casemiro and Rashford played.
right, and based on that penalty that Casemiro took,
That much, but you play. But Casemiro had to play centre back, right? Did he not play centre back?
Benton, put Casemiro in goal, and you go to the penalty shootout. You don't kick a penalty like that. Regardless, you can't say but.
Junior, he was expecting Collins to commit, and he was trying to chip it. But Collins did not commit.
Do you know why Collins didn't commit? You know why? Because Casemiro lethargically walked up to the ball. Look at the way All right. The penalty kick is called, right, Rabona, right? Look up all the Rabonas in the world. Look up, just go to YouTube.
As a
and look
Rabona
up
Penanka.
Penalka.
One thing, your allergy medicine not bother you in idea?
It'll beat me up. But look at all of the Penalka's goals, right? Just YouTube it. And look at everybody will kick it, and then look at Casemiro. Everybody approached the ball like they're about to blast the hell out of it. And then the last second, them change their mind and chip it. Casemiro literally went like this. And he stand up, put on the ball, 2 step back, 1 step forward, bloop. Damn, he saved it. That's what Casemiro looked like.
Out of here. Let me get there. But all right, looking at this wage bill, weekly, Kobe Mano is making £10,000 a week. I'm certain that there's a re-up sort of new. His agent must be working overtime now to get him a new contract.
Remember, Manu under different government now, so he's not seeing 100,000 a week.
And Alejandro Garnacho is making £50,000 a week. So your two best ballers that you've recently highlighted, the money I make chump change to Martinez, Leandro the Butcher is making £120 a week when last in play a ball. Harry Maguire is on £189,000 a week. Anthony is on £200,000 a week. Jaja.
So that's the problem.
Yeah, but you can't just get rid of these players because these salaries, nobody going to take them off of your hand.
Yeah, you eat it. Yeah. Manchester, they have to eat some of these salaries.
Yeah, not take off it. All right, so Ten Hag said, you know what, it's an achievement. Consecutive FA Cup finals, right? So 2 finals, right, for Manchester United.
You're asking me right like you want some wave the pom-poms and celebrate this.
So it's duplication of something. And they did want it. Didn't they want it last year?
Stop it, Benta. A Manchester team won the FA Cup last year, yes.
The BM says £10,000 a week must be minimum league wage in the Premier League. It probably is. But I think there's reports that they're re-upping his contract. They're currently negotiating a new deal for him. Coventry City manager Mark Robbins said that I'm proud of what the players did. Junior, all of this headache Coventry went through for then lose from penalty. Was it worth it, brother? Why not just lose 3-0 and go on a yard?
That's a good question. That's a good question. But it just showed that the players wanted it. They really did want it. They played hard. They found joy down Manchester United left side and tried. They tried.
Yeah, but you wanted it and you got it offered to you in your hand and take it. Casemiro's penalty miss gave it to you. Because the technical, and I know I'm sitting here as a keyboard coach saying it's easy, but technically now your responsibility is to say, yo, when the scoring a PK is no good.
Yeah, but then when you talk about £300,000 players a week versus probably the highest paid on Coventry, probably making 15, 20, there's a reason why they're making £20,000. You saw a £20,000 penalty by them captain and kick it over the bar. Right? So unfortunately for Coventry, the cream still rose to the top, even though the cream have a one bag of doodle water in it. But the cream did rise to the top.
I will ask you this, Hajj Wright. Put your hat on as a potential agent. Should Hajj Wright be in the Premier League, brother?
Yes.
And all right, Anthony's in the Premier League. Now, granted, Anthony's a bug and making £200,000 a week. If Anthony can make £200,000 a
All
week,
right.
Haji
Hold on.
Wright can be.
Hold on. Stick a pin right there, sir. He had the one breakaway that he kicked with the left foot and sent it far right.
Yeah, that
right?
one sent wide, yeah.
If he was a Premier League striker, he'd score that.
Yeah, but Anthony has Premier League winger non-scorer. He's a winger.
And Anthony scored against Liverpool, similar. That goal, that chance that he got. All right, put it this way. If he had converted that chance, he's in the Premier League next year. Because he didn't convert that chance.
From him to make. If you go through the Premier League, Junior, there are so many bug wingers. Haji Wright should be able to get a look. Yo, go over Chelsea.
Yeah.
I mean, because he was instrumental in pushing if you notice, with Manchester United, he was switching from right to left. He's because basically Diego Dalot has been outstanding shutting down his side. So they say, all right, we could go find a weak link over there, so.
No, but you see, in my opinion, what separates a big league baller from a Premiership baller, that is that opportunity right there. I agree with you, I agree with you that, we're seeing players at Manchester with the Anthony, and let me just, I've been setting it up, but let me just put it this way. Haji Wright has the body type, has the look, has the playing style of Nicholas Jackson.
No, don't do it.
Oh, he is not. Hear me out. He is no different.
And I hope this look is not because two of them blocking out.
No, Benton. It's the same body type. It's the same thing with Tommy Abraham. To me, Haji Wright is the prototypical striker that I would want. But the question about should he be in the Premiership? If I was a Premier League scout, I want to see us score that. And it's not because a lack of ability, or we're not talking about ability or technical ability or whatever, right? But a Premiership, a big league striker is not afraid at the moment.
All right.
Can we agree on that?
Fair enough.
Right? You, Haji Wright, have an opportunity to beat the storied Manchester United, and that was the chance. And you wet the bed. You're not ready for the big light. You're not ready for the spotlight. You're not ready for the big opportunity. That's just the truth. It's harsh because we look at players. We look at Darwin Núñez. We look at my boy at Tottenham where he used to play for Chelsea.
Werner.
We look at even Haaland today. Haaland had a chance and never shoot.
Haaland, yeah.
Rasmus never shoot with him one chance.
Yeah.
Nicholas Jackson, Anthony. So we can go down a list of players that are currently playing in English Premier League that will have said they have given up opportunities like that. Why can't he be afforded opportunity? Fine. But let me put it this way. If Nicholas Jackson is playing for Coventry and has one chance to score against Manchester United right there and change his life, does he do it? And I'm telling you.
Do it.
I'm telling you he does.
No, I'm not doing it. All right, yeah.
Darwin Núñez.
Darwin Núñez, maybe. There's a possible 50-50. Flip a coin.
It won't be flipper. No. It's flipper coin right now because Darwin Núñez has arrived. The reason why Darwin Núñez is at Liverpool is because he did not give up his opportunity when he played against Liverpool the year before.
Yeah.
And Klopp said, we need to sign this brother. It's the same thing.
Yeah. All right. Argument or points for Haji Wright to play in the Premier League. At least get a look in. His agent need to be out there campaigning. And in the
if I am Man U, I'm signing him.
Yeah?
If I am Man U, I'm signing him.
Don't go on the bug side, brother. Don't salt up yourself and get caught up in them bug side there, because that team needs have other issues.
Yeah.
Where you can't exist as a player. In the previous FA Cup run against Premier League opponent, Wolves, Hadj Wright was surgical against him playing as a winger, and he's not a down-the-middle sort of player. The down-the-middle man is Sims, who is a straight bug, who has been campaigning for play for Jamaica, Poland, Norway, Scandinavian countries, or whatever. Hadj Wright against Wolves, he single-handedly elevated Coventry over Wolves in that game. Give him time, give him space to run at an opponent. You saw it today against Wan-Bissaka. He was instrumental. Premier League type of footballer. And I think the thing that even though he missed that chance at the death, that chance that you spoke about, right? One thing that was very apparent to me with Hadj Wright is that he's not gun shy. He's not apprehensive to take the shot. If you look at Nicholas Jackson, to whom you compare him to, Nicholas Jackson is gun shy. If you look at Hadjilan, who you compared him to, he is also gun shy in front of goal. No. So this summer, Hadj Wright's agent need to be campaigning for Hadj Wright to get a big money move to the Premier League.
I agree.
And we have watched him in CONCACAF also. I mean, when he comes on for the US team, of course, I'm coached by idiot in Greg Berhalter. But, I mean, the youth has a great upside. And he's playing probably his best football right now. So it's ultimately important for him to maximize that earnings. His earnings. Semi-final number 1 in the FA Cup. Man City defeated Chelsea 1-0. I think the talk of the town was Nicholas Jackson and Chelsea. Junior, put on your coaching hat. Mauricio Pochettino said after the game, he said, quote, "The most important thing in football is to be clinical," end quote. Okay. And thank you, Captain Obvious.
Yes.
How do you fix Nicholas Jackson? Is he fixable?
I think he's fixable. I think it's his strikers. Strikers just need a bit of luck. And I remember, Hadj Wright was the one who said before the Man U game that Man U should be careful. Don't think it's a walkover game. He did. So he talks the talk as well. Put that down there. And the reason why I go back to that is when you look at all the strikers in the world, Hadj Wright, I think is a striker.
No, man, as a winger. You don't put the man down there.
I think he's a striker.
He's a winger.
All right.
Because
Okay.
Like 10 of them Monday.
Okay, try it. But you remember before the 2002 World Cup, Ronaldo, R9, didn't miss a bag of goal right before the World Cup. I remember it clearly. For his standard, he was missing a bag of goals. And them interview him this summer. You know what Ronaldo said? Save him a goals for the World Cup. So all that to say, Nicholas Jackson, the knock I have against him is it seems like he doesn't have a short memory. So, and take it from me, and trust me, hundreds of pounds ago, I was a pretty decent striker. And I miss some easy goals. But guess what? The next chance, never take it. I'm a bug striker. Decent bug striker. Business house striker. Nicholas Jackson, if you are a professional baller that getting paid millions of dollars to go play some ball, brother, it don't matter if you miss an easy goal. Let's go take the next one. And he doesn't strike me like that. He strikes me like he has rabbit ears. He strikes me like he's listening to the fans, listening to podcasters, listening to shows like ours. And he strikes me like he's trying too hard. That's what it looks like to me. Shevchenko had the same problem. Fernando Torres had the same problem. Ironically, played for the same club. Tammy Abraham had the same problem. Ironically, played for the same club.
I wash up Shevchenko. Did I play for Chelsea, man?
It doesn't matter.
It's not the
It
real
doesn't matter.
gunman.
It doesn't matter. You got chances.
A retirement to come sit down and drink some vodka with Roman Abramovich Shevchenko. That play for Chelsea.
And you know, somewhere in that there's a Ukraine or Russia bad joke that I could have. I won't do it.
Not today.
I won't do it. I won't do it. Those are the views that Junior Pringle, even though I don't say it. But there's something to be said about that, Benton, where a player has short. You know which player has short memory to me?
You have to have amnesia when it comes to strikers.
You know which player is the king of amnesia?
I think Cristiano Ronaldo is one of them.
No.
I think I when I look at Cristiano Ronaldo in games and he miss a easy chance, you give him the next opportunity, boom.
Buried. But
Buried.
Vinicius Jr. Hey, when you sit down and watch Real Madrid and Brazil, but especially Real Madrid, sometimes Vinicius Jr. do some choppiness for the field. Be honest.
You know, but I think sometimes Vinicius is football is so easy for him right now. Because remember, there was a time when as a youngster it wasn't so easy. Right. And he was carrying the weight of Real Madrid. Football is so easy for him now with the success that Real Madrid is having and he's having. I think he might enjoy himself. He might maximize and sometimes him do foolishness. Take it too far.
But it doesn't bother him and nobody can cuss him. It looked like him just don't care. I think Nicholas Jackson cares too much about what people think about him.
We saw in the Premier League. We saw in the sorry, finish your point, Julian.
No, I think that is his problem.
So we saw in the Premier League on Monday night where Chelsea butter bruised Everton 6-0. And there's a dispute over penalty shoot. A penalty. Okay.
You don't forget about, oh my God, that's the bug of the week. Don't forget about that.
All right, Junior, the show's still going. You can name it. My question to you. I know Cole Palmer is in a golden boot race, but I've seen where teams and coaches offer a penalty kick to a struggling striker. In fact, I saw Man City recently did it with Haaland. They offered this, and I've seen other teams that should Pochettino and I mean the game did already done. Should Pochettino had stepped in and said, you know what, Nicholas Jackson, you need to take this penalty?
I think Cole Palmer should have stepped in and said, Nicholas Jackson, you need to take this penalty.
Well, fair enough. I mean, a teammate probably would have, fair enough. But, I mean, now what if he took the penalty and missed it, Junior?
Then you're not ready. You're not ready. But the thing is this, I like Cole Palmer as a footballer. I don't like the rhetoric that is being created around him by the English media. But maybe it is too much to ask of the young youth. But you have a bigger game coming up on the weekend, a semi-final versus Manchester City. And your striker is not in a good rut of form. And you have an opportunity because sometimes, all the striker need is just to see the ball going into the net. It doesn't matter how.
Confidence, yeah.
It doesn't matter how. Just get the ball in the net. Right? That's all a striker need. And you, Cole Palmer, I won't put it on Cole Palmer. You, Chelsea, no, you have no chance beating Man City if all 11 players are not in top form. And you'd never get the youth that opportunity. Now, Nicholas Jackson shouldn't have reacted the way he reacted, but that tells me that his rabbit ears were up. And me want to score. Me want the opportunity to score. Me want look at the score sheet, how the Kansas City and Jackson score. His rabbit ears were up. But I think Chelsea gave up an opportunity. And I can argue that not giving Nicholas Jackson that opportunity, which hopefully he would have scored, caused Nicholas Jackson not to score against Man City 1-1. We can argue that. I can argue that.
And looking back at the whole fiasco, I mean, the whole thing, it was just crazy that they couldn't just give him the penalty. Now, granted, again, I do understand that Cole Palmer is in a golden boot race, right? But which one is more important? Because we saw yesterday, if you shut down Cole Palmer, you focus on him, then somebody. I mean, Nicholas Jackson was so gun shy yesterday. The man go around the keeper, and he one-on-one with the keeper with Ortega, and still can't even make up his mind what to do. It's Shaja. And you know what? I'll be that guy. And you or whosoever want to come at me can come at me. Right now, Dejan Whisper Richards would be better playing for Chelsea in the 9th position than Nicholas Jackson. Because you know what? The simple thing is that he's going to shoot. You have a player in Nicholas Jackson who is not willing to take a shot, Junior.
You're right.
A shot.
You're right.
You have a striker who's not willing to take a shot. I know you as a manager, you come out and tell the world, say, boy, the most important thing in football is to be clinical. Well, yeah.
But then you know that your teammates ran the bus over you against Everton, right?
Yeah, I mean, that entire thing, they should have. It's like, yo, brother, we need to get you to score some goals because I know one man. Cole Palmer is not Messi. So
people think he is.
So right now we need you to get a goal so you can build your confidence. Simple.
But then you know when you sit down and breathe and really dig into it, and you bring up Whisper, right? I have to question that locker room. I have to question the locker room.
Yeah.
If the players are going to openly fight like that over a penalty kick, there's something in the locker room that's wrong. Yeah. I don't want to Whisper in that locker room because they're not together. That team is not together. It's obvious. They're not together. You're not even supporting your baller. Like there's zero support for Jackson. I am willing to bet that you have some players on the field that don't even want Jackson to play.
Yeah.
It shows. And you know what? Not to go back to it, but when Rasmus scored the winning penalty today for Manchester United,
yes,
nobody ran to him to celebrate with him.
So there's another issue going on over Manchester United over there, sir, with Rasmus.
No, I don't think it's a Rasmus issue. But because this is how bad it was. And yes, we have allergies and that the medication or whatever. I never know someone you win when Rasmus kick. When Rasmus kick, I go, yeah. I say, well, okay. But normally the camera will have pan. I swear to God, I said, well, normally the camera would have pan and the players of a run come to him. Nothing. And then the commentator say, oh, they are so embarrassed. They're just turning and giving Coventry players a high five. I say, wait, what? They win? So it's the same thing.
Yeah.
I saw Thiago Silva walk up to Nicholas Jackson, hug him, and tell him something in his ears.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not thinking to myself, what could Thiago Silva be telling him?
Yeah.
And when Nicholas Jackson reacted the way he reacted, what could Nicholas Jackson be telling the players them that they don't want to hear? Because remember, it wasn't Cole Palmer that was going to take the penalty. It was between the three men them were war over it, and then the captain come over and take the ball like Cole Palmer.
Yeah.
Right? Cole Palmer at that point should have pointed to Jackson as a hold this. And look at him and said, make sure you score it.
Yeah.
And the lip readers should have gone to the camera and said, look at Cole Palmer looking at Nicholas Jackson and saying, make sure you score it. That's what the camera should have. That's a perfect ending. And then Pochettino that come out and say, we have a bunch of hungry players that want to score, but our leading scorer showed character and leadership by giving our struggling striker a chance to score. Hopefully, this translates to the weekend.
Yeah.
And we would have never seen Nicholas Jackson playing the way he did. Because you said him gun shy.
Yeah,
What
man,
I tell
he's not shooting.
right.
I mean, and you
So what I
can't shoot
tell
if you not, you can't score if you not shoot.
yeah, but what that tell me is that he's afraid of missing.
Yes, he's scared.
If you're afraid of missing, what is it that is triggering that fear?
Yes,
It
yes.
must be something in the locker room.
Must be something, yeah. Yeah.
So there's so much things wrong. Mr. All that for say, I don't want to whisper in that situation. So I said, little boy, you should have scored. Now come off of the field.
You know, speaking of Cole Palmer, I want to draw this thing. I know say you do have them as your bug of the week, and we're just going to pull it up right as I think they've since deleted this tweet, Junior. Or what you call upon X now? Is it delete? Is a tweet or whatever? Men in Blazers said that, quote, is Man City selling Cole Palmer to Chelsea, the Premier League equivalent of Charlotte trading Kobe? Should we dignify this with a response, brother?
Hell no.
I mean, when a man went and big up to the Men in Blazers, but then I get a bug of the week. Wonderful show on NBC Sports or wherever you guys our show is located. And I don't know if they are the ones who are doing. They should have handlers or people who are tweeting this from their official account. When someone put together this thought process and tweet this, does this make sense?
Yo, and you know,
being Brian is being compared to Cole. But how would the Rastafari go on there?
You know what is worse, right? Do you know what is worse? Kobe Bryant was a fan of football.
Yes, he was. Yeah,
He loved AC Milan.
Well, he loved Barcelona. He loved Barcelona also.
But AC Milan are Barca, right?
Yeah.
But he loved Barcelona. Pep Guardiola was a coach of the team that he loves. Kobe Bryant tragically lost his life with his daughter Gigi. And you guys come and pull out this lily white brother. And what Pep Guardiola come out and said is, see, Cole Palmer was asking to be sold for 2 years.
Yeah, I was asking for 2 years.
So, idiots. That is just like Paul Pogba begging Fergie for selling. That means Cole Palmer is not patient. Idiots. Idiots.
I think they have since deleted this statement.
No, it don't matter. They still get idiots. Idiots. Pep Guardiola has moved on from a baller. We're not even talking about Sancho. He has moved on from a better baller. Cancelo. Where everybody was like, what the hell is Pep Guardiola thinking? Kyle Walker getting old. Why are you moving on from Cancelo? Cancelo went to Bayern Munich. And all of Germany love Cancelo, you remember?
Yeah, he had yeah.
And then look at Cancelo right now. He's the footmat for Real Madrid in the game today for Barcelona. So idiots, don't jump on the Cole Palmer train so early because they are going to adjust to him. And Cole Palmer going missing against Man City, I promise you, Jude Bellingham not going to go missing against Man City, regardless of who he's playing with. Cole Palmer is not Kobe, man. Stop it.
Yeah, man. I'm foolish to say. Foolish. Rest in peace, legend. Rest in peace, General. Junior, Pep Guardiola said after the semi-final game, he said pretty much he spoke at length about exhaustion and schedule. His biggest gripe was the fact that they played a game in Champions League and then have to turn around and play the game on Saturday, family. 120 minutes and PKs in Champions League. Does he have a point, family? He says, why couldn't we play on Sunday when bug Manchester United and Coventry were off? Now, he didn't use the word bug, but You get the point.
He's right. He's right.
Is it more is a TV sort of primetime game, right? Is the reason why they play him on Saturday.
And I would think the Sunday game is more of the primetime game than the Saturday game, but he's right. He is right. They could have used the extra day, but then they turn around and play midweek again, right?
What this coming week?
I think Man City play midweek.
They play on Thursday. They will play Brighton on Thursday in the Premier League.
So if you had played Sunday, Pep, you don't want to play Friday? At some point, you have to give up that day. Right?
I mean,
so that's the price. That's the price you pay for greatness, Pep. I'm sure you already know that. And word to the wise, stop forcing Jack Grealish to be what he's not. Play Doku more. And you would not have to worry.
If there's any team, Junior, that should be able to navigate this tie against a bug Chelsea, is Man City. I agree. With the depth that they have. I mean, he didn't have to start at Jack Grealish. I mean, you go with Doku. You could start some of the younger players in this, but you have Matheus Nunes, you have Kovacic on the bench. Well, not young on Kovacic. You could sit Rodri, and then if it's still Chelsea, you could start Oscar Bob over Bernardo Silva. It's still bug Chelsea because you don't know them not going to score.
I agree.
So, now, if you start Oscar Bob, Doku, and you start Julian Alvarez at the point, and you start Phil Foden in the 10, and Kovacic and Matheus Nunes in midfield, and Chelsea somehow miraculously takes the lead and is looking like they want to win this football game, you say to your generals, them say, all right, and you're getting yourself in it's not the day off. Come on, 50 minutes, come on.
Right.
It's my deal. I understand what Pep is saying regarding the schedule. The schedule is definitely a problem. I mean, these are not machines. These are people who are, the health and wellness of the players, the key part of everything that is important about this thing. But it's Man City has the squad depth to be able to navigate and beat about Chelsea.
Yep.
Any comments you want to highlight, family? Premier League, thoughts on the Premier League this weekend, Premier League results, before we get your final thoughts on Champions League.
Liverpool or Arsenal is making a run for this thing.
No, wait. Any comments you want to highlight from the family on the chat?
Oh, Evan, big up to DJ Isit Stitchell. Hopefully we say it right. DJ Isit. Said that's what he was just going to tell you. Whisper would be the best thing for them right now.
See, somebody agree with me. Someone agreed with me. I agree with
it too.
Okay.
I kind of agree with it. Jeremy had said, man don't think he has the depth. Obviously, that's why I don't rate him as a good coach.
Wait, hold on. How comes you don't rate Pep as a coach? Wait.
He said that he doesn't think he has the depth. Which if there was a team that can play 2 games in 4 days, should be Manchester City, right?
Yeah, Man City, I mean.
But the coach don't seem to think that's possible. While we think that's possible, who right?
The coach.
Oh, so that mean Man City don't have the depth that we think they have.
But yeah, maybe the coach idea was run on his star ballers and then them fix up a local bug side and then them just get the rest of the day off. There was a time when Football Club Barcelona used to play some bug teams in La Liga in a Frank Rijkaard and a Pep early days, and them run up the score early, and then give them the rest of the day off.
Yeah.
Maybe that was what Pep was hoping for.
Okay, I hear you.
Now, it seems like man them not rate Pep. Pep is a very good coach. It's just sometimes I personally would have gone with Doku over Jack Grealish. Definitely would have gone with Doku over Jack Grealish.
I think he has his favorites.
Yes, he definitely.
I think that's Pep's Achilles heel. He has his favorites.
All right, EPL results, Junior. Forest is in a spot of bother. Forest cross, angry, miserable. In fact, Forest is now under investigation for a tweet. Forest admin tweeted, quote, 3 extremely poor decisions, 3 penalties not given, which we simply cannot accept. We warned the PGMO. We warned the PGMOL that the VAR is a Luton fan before the game, but they didn't change him. Our patience has been tested multiple times. NFFC will now consider its options. End quote. Junior, talk to me, brother.
Is that the admin or is that the owner of the club? Because whoever write that tweet sound like him is a boss.
Yo, read between the lines. The man said, yo, the tweet is that we warned the PGMOL that the VAR is a Luton fun. No, all right. To be fair, they should have gotten a penalty in this game against Everton.
Yeah.
Because Ashley Young did handle the ball.
Yeah.
To be fair, they should have gotten the penalty. They're under investigation by the league. Junior, they might get a subsequent fine and a punishment. This is on the back of a comment by Nuno. Recently, of course, they were deducted 4 points. Nuno said recently in midweek presser, said there's a cloud of uncertainty, to paraphrase, a cloud of uncertainty about about the team, where these points will come. Will he get back the 4 points? Will he get 2 points? And this uncertainty is affecting his team. Junior, I mean, my question to you, if every Premier League manager should have a target points for safety, right?
Yeah.
So why don't Nuno just get to the target points of safety and forget about this 4 points that is on appeal?
You want me to tell you why?
Yes.
Okay, because Sunday, April 28th, that's next week.
Yeah.
They play Man City. Then they're going to play against Sheffield. Then they're going to play against Chelsea. And then they finish against Burnley. So regardless of whatever points you thinking about is for safety, if they need more than 6 points for that safety, are you seeing them getting more than 6 points out of those remaining 4 games?
But all right, fair enough. That's a point. But the league not just started today, brother.
Yeah, but then the 4 points wasn't deducted at the start of the league.
Yeah, but all right. From Nuno took control of Forest in January, right? And when did he took charge? Was it December?
Right before December, and everybody remember the first game they beat Manchester United,
yes.
And everybody thought they were going to be ready to go.
All right. So we can look at Nuno's results since then and look at what's been going on with Nottingham Forest. The team has been inconsistent, brother. I know you are coming run off your mouth about 4 points that you may or may not have. You have to plan like you don't have these 4 points.
Right? And in reality, they are still ahead of Burnley and Luton. Sure, the 4 points will put them on par with Everton and basically guarantee safety. But all them have to do is finish the next 4 games better than Burnley and Luton. That's all them have to do.
They drew with Luton on March 16. Drew with Crystal Palace on March 30th. So I mean, so it's stuff like that. I mean, so they're probably gonna get a fine and a visit from the PGMOL. But other EPL results, family, quickly, because we know say you're under the weather and you want.
Yeah. West Ham. Well, what do you think about West Ham? Yo, the bottom did a holiday already, brother.
You know what, Junior? West Ham, listen. Did you saw the goal that Crystal Palace goalkeeper gave up?
Yeah.
West Ham was so bad in this game that Dean Henderson, formerly of Manchester United, right, decided that he was going to give West Ham a goal. They were under, 4 in the first 30 minutes or so?
Yeah.
Or something to that effect. This game is a hangover from the failure in the Europa League, because Bayer Leverkusen did see them off in the Europa League. The only thing that disappoints me about West Ham is to see a baller like Lucas Paqueta in such horrible setup.
Who believe in this summer?
And Lucas Paqueta in this and Mohamed Kudus, another baller in this horrible setup. And I feel sorry for my backroad brethren, Mikel Antonio, for being this horrible setup. And so, you know, I mean, bad deal. Liverpool got right, Junior, 3-1. You said there's a title race. Arsenal also won 2-0 over Wolves. Jeremy Levy said Paqueta overrated.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, maybe one time.
Not no.
Not no. I think maybe
Paqueta
a
is
few
a
years ago,
general.
yes, he didn't live up to the expectations. But I think Paqueta has hit the high note since he has reached West Ham.
Yeah.
And you drop him in a Man City team, and you take out Kevin De Bruyne and send him go MLS. I mean, they're perfectly fine.
West Ham has given Paqueta the kick him need in the butt for be a good baller. It was sink or swim. And removing Declan Rice even make it even more like sink or swim.
Yeah. Aston Villa with an impressive week for Unai Emery. Not only they made it to the semi-final. Jeremy Levy said, Benton, what you talk about? Paqueta is a baller. And Paqueta is probably on his way to Man City. And Kevin De Bruyne is probably on his way to MLS. Per Christian Benteke. And, yeah, of course, Kevin De Bruyne can be replaced by Paqueta. Paqueta can replace KDB, of course. I mean, at the end of the day, Phil Foden can drop into the 10. And Paqueta can drop into right beside Rodri. I'm there. Of course, Paqueta can replace Kevin De Bruyne. I show them when you talk about. You mean soft soap baller Kevin De Bruyne, who his biggest attribute is swinging the ball from right side of the field. You give Kevin De Bruyne the ability to give him a ball and time and space. He will pick you out from the right side of the field. You talk about a player who can pass and can tackle. Lucas Paqueta has those attributes. Complete midfielder. The problem is that Lucas Paqueta is a lazy baller. And if he doesn't have the motivation sometime, he'll not unite.
Yeah.
You know. At least that's my opinion, you know. So EPL standing after this weekend's action, family. Jordan Levy says if me a City, me a go for Douglas Luiz.
I mean, you can't lose. Paqueta will just go Liverpool. Well, depending on who the next coach is. How ironic. Arsenal might come and get Paqueta.
Yeah, then Arsenal try to get him almost what? But then they pick up Declan Rice, right?
Yeah, they might come back up with another 100 million.
I mean, Douglas Luiz is an excellent player. He's an excellent player.
You pick one, another big side will pick up the next one. I don't think there's anything wrong.
The only question I have is that for Douglas Luiz is that I don't know if Douglas Luiz is next level baller yet. It's kind of like the same thing with Bruno Guimaraes. It's like these you can play some serious football on a given day. But when they go up against the real Gideon, like a Real Madrid or a Bayern Munich, where you expect them, if they're going to slide into Arsenal or a Man City, you expect them to play against these bigger sort of opponents. I don't know if Douglas Luiz is that baller. But
Right.
I know that I bet money that Lucas Paqueta is that baller.
I agree. I like that draw too, because those players, those potential players that are playing on the smaller teams, they have the yeah but with them, right? They have the yeah but factor that they can always draw. But when you go on the big team, there's no yeah but. It should be this is your standard, and we expect this standard from you at all times. We don't care who you're playing against, right? And that's a tall ask. It really is.
Yeah. EPL table family, Arsenal back at the hammer and Liverpool. Klopp says he doesn't worry about Man City or the title. He's just worried about his team. Gravenberch scored important goal for them today. I mean, now the pressure is over to Man City, who will play Brighton on Thursday.
And that's your extra game in hand.
Yes. Jermaine says next season will tell. Remember, I said Paqueta is average. Yeah, he can't flop, but we know that Paqueta coming out of Brazil was a baller. And then he flopped when he made the initial move to Europe. So now it seems like he has rekindled the farm, rekindled the fire. And the thing that's impressive, I don't want to keep dwelling upon this one player. The thing that's impressive for me with Lucas Paqueta is his tackling. For a youth with so much skill, he doesn't shy away from the big tackle. Kevin De Bruyne not going at them tackle there, brother. Kevin De Bruyne not take on them serious tackling there. And that's what I love about him.
He's a more complete midfielder.
Yes, that's what I love about midfield. Can't want to play midfield and don't want to tackle. Junior, Champions League results. Final thoughts on Champions League.
The biggest surprise to me was Dortmund beating Atletico Madrid and the way they did. That's the most Anchola-like score that we could ever see, right? If it was a 1-0 game, then I say, oh, okay. But so much goal? Nah. So big up Dortmund.
Yeah, the Atletico, Jermaine says, if you ever see Zidane tackle or Pirlo, didn't see them tackle them all age. But when Zidane was at Juventus, in the tackle. In fact, I remember distinct games with Zidane. If I remember games with Zidane and AC Milan and Juventus in a war, and Zidane Gattuso put some serious tackle on them clot, and he might tackle back. And then Edgar Davids, the pit bull, are coming in as extra force. So, in them old age, them never did a tackle because them man now is just general,
Yeah.
But regarding Atletico Madrid, Junior, is it will Cholo win a Champions League with this team?
No. I don't even think Cholo coaching them next year.
Man, remember one game, Jermaine said, boy, we just pick up one and remember. The thing that's baffling for me, Junior, is that, like you said, this is kind of sideways or opposite of what we have come to see from Atletico Madrid. Very defensive team. They took a 1-0 lead to Borussia Dortmund and gave up 4 goals, brother.
Yeah, that mean that defensively they're getting old. Axel Whistle and them man they're old, man. Can you move on?
Oh, like dirt. Europa League, road to Europa League semi-finals. Of course, before we go to Europa League semi-finals for Champions League, Dortmund versus Paris, Bayern versus Real Madrid. Junior, what a way would be to send out Paris and Kylian Mbappe after the sunset with a Champions League.
Yeah, and what a way it would have been for Tuchel to leave Bayern Munich with a Champions League too. So you have some good storylines coming up, right?
Yeah.
So we'll see. And that's a precursor. I think it's going to be a PSG Bayern final.
PSG, Bayern Munich. Yeah. And if it's a PSG Bayern Munich final, PSG can win this football game.
Yeah.
Speaking of Bayern Munich, are you surprised that Julian Nagelsmann, he was considered in the running to replace Thomas Tuchel, but he decided to extend his contract with the German national team, essentially taking his name out of the race?
I am more surprised at Bayern Munich, and Bayern Munich is being set up to get a bug of the week for me because you can't fire your coach that early and not have a replacement in mind and not have a replacement ready to go, right? Something happened with Nagelsmann. Something happened, and I don't know what it is, but it's a setup for me. Bayern Munich is on the way to becoming a bug of the century for me. You can't fire a coach and don't have the replacement ready. Sorry.
But a few weeks ago we talked about maybe this is part of the plan. You make a decision, now you tell Thomas Tuchel, prove to us that we're wrong. And it seems like he's, at least in the Champions League, is trying to prove that.
No, you can't change your mind. No, he's gone. And he said as much. Regardless of what happened, decision don't make me God.
BM says all German final. Matt Hummels had a crazy tweet. Him said, boy, the farmers them went farming this week. Of course, Borussia Dortmund. Jadon Sancho Jr. looking to make the final Champions League. Manchester United fans will be feeling pretty good about this.
Yeah, of course. I hope he does something finally, because all this hype about Sancho doing this and Sancho doing, him not do nothing other than just step on the field and wear number 10. I want him to do something. I want him to score a hat trick. So
to improve the price.
Yes, sir.
BM says rumor is Una is a candidate for Bayern Munich job. I mean, why wouldn't he?
But he said he's gone. He said it. They asked him this week. Him and Xavi had the same answer. They're gone, regardless of the results. They're gone.
Emery?
No, sorry, not Unai. Yeah, Unai. No, Unai. No, sorry, Tuchel. Sorry, Tuchel.
Oh, Thomas Tuchel. Yeah. No, Unai Emery is in the rumor. I mean, this is the job that the Zerbi of Brighton has been twerking, at least hoping to get.
Yeah.
Just reading between. Jeremy Levy says Vitinha from PSG is a baller.
But so forward.
Yeah. Jesus, we could use him at Man United. Junior, go and deal with yourself. Take care of yourself. Junior, toughen it out. Allergies have him away family. Yeah, man. Vitinha, very, very good baller. Very good. Was excellent in midfield for PSG. Very good baller. Continuing our round of a Champions League. Well, Champions League semifinals are set. Dortmund versus Paris. Bayern Munich versus Real Madrid. Real Madrid, I mean, big Dortmund, big matchup, of course. In the Europa League semifinals. Semifinals are Roma versus Bayer Leverkusen and Marseille versus Atalanta. Yo, people, it's an Atalanta versus Liverpool game. I mean, of course, Atalanta dominated the first leg. And I watched the second leg, and there was no way Liverpool going to come back in that game. I mean, Liverpool, they scored one goal, and that was it. I mean, it was a lot of huffing and puffing. Mohamed Salah looks like the brother. It looked like him tired. Of course, Darwin Núñez scored a gap goal. Have not really excelled since he has joined Liverpool. So, big victory to Gasperini and Atalanta in this game. Marseille picked up a victory. Big. Yes, and Atalanta also had their chances in the second leg. So Liverpool, I mean, the farewell tour is not ending so well for Klopp and Liverpool. Not ending so well. And I think after the game, Jurgen Klopp looked like a man, very tired. Looked like he need a break. Roma and Bayer. I mean, the thing is that Roma defeated AC Milan. The thing that is also surprising to me is the way Daniel De Rossi has turned Roma around, and how Roma, of course, I'm sacked Jose Mourinho and is just, at least in this competition, is excellent. So this Bayer Roma matchup should be an interesting one. They're playing some good football, and Roma that is, and of course Bayer Leverkusen is an undefeated team in German and in all of Europe, right? Still undefeated, the only undefeated team, at least I can remember, in all of Europe, unless somebody else corrects me here. All right, continuing our football roundup, we're going to just touch some other quick news. Junior has to step away, as of course, if you join us late, Junior is under the weather, so the man tough it out, I want to salute Yardballers report, want to highlight Jamaican football and salute Jamaican football players playing their trade. These are this week's Yardballers notes. Big up to Bunny Shaw. Bunny Shaw of Manchester City, Khadija. Bunny Shaw scored 50 goals in the Barclays Women's Super League. Big up yourself. I mean, a whole heap of goals that, So, Bunny Shaw with her 50th goal in the Barclays WSL. And also, she, there was another achievement by Bunny Shaw. She has been I think I need to look it up. She is the first player to be involved in a goal in 10 consecutive games. I want to make sure I get that stat correctly. She's the first player to be involved in a goal in 10 consecutive games. So, I want to make sure. So, Bunny Shaw having an impressive time while at, let me see if we can find the actual, scored 50 goals in the Women's Super League. And Bunny Shaw is the first ever WSL player to have goal involvements in 10 consecutive games. So, very good performance for Bunny Shaw. All right, Jamaica's Premier League playoff is kicking off this week. Continuing our Jamaican football report. And of course, you don't know, the top 6 teams make it to the playoff in the Jamaican Premier League. The teams 1 and 2 goes to the semi-final round. The top 2 ranked teams go to the semi-final round. The top 2 ranked teams are Mount Pleasant and Cavalier, Rudolph Speed and Tapa Whitmore, all the way to the semi-finals. And so the other 4 teams will play off against each other this coming week. First leg, you'll have Arnett Gardens. Arnett a player. I would never play. Portmore on the 22nd, and on the 20th. Hold on. Let me get them. Make sure somebody get this thing up. Let me make sure I get the actual schedule, because some of this logo thing now come out. Jamaican Premier League. Make sure I get the actual matches. All right, so Arnett versus Portmore. That thing here stay someone. And this is at Savannah Park. TG versus Harborview on April 22nd. Wait. And so those are the first leg matches, and then they will play on the 29th. Mount Pleasant and Cavalier advance to the semi-final round. They'll wait. The winner says Waterhouse. See, the top 6 teams: Portmore, Tivoli, Arnett, Waterhouse, Cavalier, and Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant and Cavalier both advance. And Arnett Gardens will play Portmore, and Tivoli will play Waterhouse in the other matchup. All right, so one other note before we go on beyond. So that is Jamaica's Premier League semi-final or quarter-final games. Cavalier and Arnett and Mount Pleasant awaits the winners of those matches. The winner of Portmore Arnett will play Cavalier, and the winner of Waterhouse TG Tivoligan will play Mount Pleasant. Of course, Mount Pleasant is the defending champion. CONCACAF U20 draw took place. CONCACAF U20 tournament for U20 World Cup 2025 draw took place recently. Tournament slated for later this year. Reggae Boys, young Reggae Boys, will be in Group A, United States, Costa Rica, Cuba, and Jamaica. Group B, Honduras, DR Republic, El Salvador, Canada. And Group C, Mexico, Panama, Guatemala, and Haiti rounds out the draw. Top 4 teams will make it to the 2025 World Cup. The top 2 teams in each group. And the next 2 best third place teams will leave the group. And then so all the semifinalists will qualify for that tournament if my memory serves me right. Yo, that you know. Premier League football coming up this week. Man City will play again. Of course, more football coming up. Wall-to-wall coverage. Ballchat will have wall-to-wall coverage. Hopefully, Junior will feel better. Allergy have him away. Boy, if you live anywhere nice south, allergies turn up this time of year. Connect with us on Instagram at Ballchat Podcast. We're on Twitter at Ballchat1. Or is it Twitter or is it now X? We're on Facebook at Ballchat. Big up to all listeners. Thank you so much for joining us. Bless up in yourself. Have a safe week. Nicholas Jackson. Go learn to score goals, brother. Practice shooting.